people, welcome to the Transfer View back at UVHQ. Certain people out there saying, wait, we've got a studio no more. Certain people out there thought it was done. Certain people thought we lost the studio. Mad.
Rumours of our demise, rumours of this place's demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Are you
greatly
mad?
Exaggerated.
They thought we lost the studio.
We're back.
Yes, we are back. We're back in UVHQ. Obviously, after all of the Christmas break, people with their families, as you do.
Yeah.
As you know, not everything is about football. You need to see your families. A lot of people had a lot of travelling to do. So it's just routine. We're back in our studio. We have our studio. So hold tight to people who thought that we didn't have a studio. Idiots.
It's strange, and guess what? I'm not feeling festive anymore. I'm feeling football.
100%.
That's what I'm feeling this morning. There's a lot going on this morning. We're like 5 minutes late. Why are we 5 minutes late?
Because we're getting a player. Wout Weghorst. The deal is done. There's a lot of reports on that. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to get into exactly what that means, what Besiktas have said, what journalists are saying, and what it means for Manchester United. And then we can look at potentially when he's going to be travelling to here, all of that good stuff as well. So just as before we went live, we got that kind of breaking news, which was good. We're going to be talking about Antony's admission in terms of the fee paid for Antony, overpriced. Some people may say, knew that already, mate. You know what I mean? Lindelof to Atletico. That was something that was kind of rejected. Interesting, though, because he hasn't really been used recently. And they tried to come knocking, but we said no. Watford Pellistri loan as well. I want to talk about that because I like Watford as a club. I've got a lot of people who I do. They're like my little kind of, other club. Got a lot of people close to me that are with Watford. But we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And Kyle Walker-Peters as well, considering the move, or vice versa.
Well, Southampton. I tell you what, you did us a favour yesterday. Road to Wembley. I'm not going to go too far. I saw Marcel did a quote tweet just saying Wembley, which was a disgrace, Marcel. There are still 2 games before we get to Wembley, but thank you, Southampton.
100%.
The competition eliminates themselves.
100%. And big up to the competition winner yesterday as well. Had a good chat with him, and that shirt is going to get sent out. But smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you're just happy to see us back at UVHQ, make sure you hit that like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are very, very close to 128k. Why can't we do it during the show? Let's try and do it. Let's try and get to 128k during the show. I think we're like 100 or so off.
I think it's less than that.
Less than that.
I think it's less than that.
There you go. So hit the subscribe button. Owen, Wout Weghorst total agreement.
Yes. So yesterday it was a continuation of what Fabrizio Romano had said. This time it came from Sky Sports saying there was a deal in principle for Manchester United to sign Wout Weghorst. Interestingly enough, they didn't say what kind of signing it was, which I think is quite interesting. But a deal in principle was there. In the last couple of minutes, Santi Ouna, who was the first to break this story about Wout Weghorst, has said that total agreement has been found between the 3 parties involved, that being Besiktas, Manchester United and Burnley for Wout Weghorst. It continues with reports coming out of Turkey. Now, what do you think about my pronunciations here? Serkan Dikami?
Yeah, I'd had that name the other day. I think I said it like that.
Yeah. Saying Wout Weghorst is leaving Istanbul, collecting his belongings. Weghorst will not be in the Besiktas squad for the Konyaspor match, which is the game this coming weekend. It's also gone one step further with reports NTV in Turkey saying Besiktas have now terminated their contract with Wout Weghorst, saying that he will fly to England today. Possibly he could be flying to
medical incoming.
We don't know too much about medicals yet. The M word has not been used at this point in time. But if he's flying to England today, you would think it's to finalise this deal, which means medicals, which means putting pen to paper. So we did kind of say, didn't we, yesterday, that we were expecting a here we go in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's what it felt like. And it would still feel like that's the timeline of events right now, Flex.
Yes, it does. A few people in the chat, Ahmed saying there's no here we go. There's no here we go. Listen, I know the here we go is kind of like a gospel thing, but there are more journalists in the world than Fabrizio Romano. And remember, Fabrizio Romano jumped on this after Santi Ouna. So
I mean, let's not take that as gospel. My pronunciations are not.
We'll
gospel.
say
Santi.
Yes. So we can't. What I'm saying is we can't just not report things until Romano says here we go. I know people say that as a seal of approval, and I'm not saying it isn't, but there are other journalists in the world that are credible. And also, Romano, like I said, started coming with the heat off the back of Santi, as per, which is one of his famous phrases as well, as per this person, as per that person. But yeah, it is what it is. Big up to Ahmed. He says thanks, bro, as well. Look, we've known that that's who we're in for. We've known that that's the main target. We've known that there was some complexities around that. Yeah. And with all the news coming out, it looks like we've worked out those complexities, which didn't take too long, did it really? Considering there was a little bit of to and fro in Besiktas. Besiktas are entitled to play hardball. He's their player for this season, and they need to get a striker. They didn't have to okay that move. Obviously, Wout Weghorst is going to walk in and say, "Listen, guys,
United.
I'm sorry. Like, I am a respectful guy, but I've got to go. You must understand that." They probably said, "We do, but you also have to understand that we need a bit of time on this. We can't just go, off you go. We need to work out who we're getting." I don't know whether that Abubakar thing has happened yet. We haven't really seen that yet, but I'm not being rude. I don't really care with the biggest respect to any Besiktas fans who may be watching, you know. But that's for them to sort out. I think the main thing is that we've sorted out our end of it, and we can get Wout Weghorst in, because we need that plan B. We need the other option. It's interesting to see that he's potentially flying to the UK today, because it shouldn't be hard. He's in match mode. He's been playing games. It should be a fairly routine medical. Come into Carrington, get it done, or wherever they do it. And just get it done quick.
What is interesting is, I believe, and I might be mistaken, you can let me know in the chat, I think it's, if you want to play this coming game, match week, whatever.
You have to be registered by Friday, innit?
I think, is it today or is it tomorrow by midday? I want to say it might be today. I'm not sure.
For a Saturday game.
I will double check in just a second.
Yeah.
But the point being is that if this one did get done quickly, and who's to say that it couldn't, to your point, he's in match mode. There doesn't appear to be any hiccups when it comes to medical. There shouldn't be too much of a hiccup when it comes to a work visa, because he should actually already have one, considering he's a Burnley player.
Yep.
So he's already got that whole sorted in the UK, because that is something that can extend the process, especially now with like this post-Brexit world of getting work permits and stuff
true,
like that.
actually.
That does
Good
extend
point.
things,
Didn't think of
but
it
it's
that way.
already been done because he's a Burnley player. So logically, you would, unless you have to reapply again, not an expert.
Knowing us, that probably would be
not
the
an
case.
expert on that, but you would hope that it could get done quickly. So I don't know. Maybe this weekend, considering it's 12:30 kickoff Saturday, is a bit too soon. But it's not. He's not really. It's not the game for him this coming weekend, is it? You know, it's the one maybe against Palace. That's really the game for him. You know, those sort of midweek games where Martial can't play all of those minutes. It was interesting actually that Ten Hag was asked about Martial and Varane whilst they weren't even involved in the squad against Charlton. He went, "No, they were just being rested." And basically what he's saying is, look, those guys. We're not. No.
Yeah. I don't play games with them.
I do not play.
100%. But if you need luxury to rotate players, you go to your obviously your most important players, but you also go to your most injury-prone players, and you go, right, absolutely no need. And I agree. The City game's probably not the game for Wout Weghorst, and I'm now comfortable that it's in motion and he's on his way. I'm less sort of just get him in, hurry up, let's just get him in. He'll come. And then, like you said, the Palace game, I don't see why he can't be there. I don't see why he can't be on the bench.
I mean, they're saying 12 p.m. tomorrow is the registration for him. So you never know. I mean, there's plenty of time now. Plenty of time between now and midday tomorrow.
Why not? You never know. Exactly. And I'm sure Eric Ten Hag obviously will want it done as quickly as possible. But it's that typical thing of, crossing the T's and dotting the I's, isn't it? How quickly can you get those formalities done, get his medical done? And also, social media team, they've got to be ready to go, the announcement video. Again, it shouldn't be...
They've been low-key, though. You notice those in the summer? There wasn't anything super big. There was just the guy with the phone, do a record, that's it. No pianos.
I don't mind that.
No nothing.
I don't mind that.
It was literally just, okay, we've got... And again, the feeling is that might come from someone like Ten Hag, where it's like, okay, we need him for an hour. Okay, it's an hour. You know, none of this whole extravagant playing out in the cold. Like I said, they put a piano in the middle of Old Trafford.
Laurie Whitwell in the last minute. So again, it's not all about Romano, as we're saying. Laurie Whitwell says Manchester United agree a 2.5 million fee for Besiktas to terminate Wout Weghorst loan early. Reports Adam Leventhal. Actually, so it's athletic based.
Yes.
But big up Adam Leventhal. He's really nice guy actually, and he's actually the main guy for Watford. But he's also very well connected. Payment made direct. Now attention on whether Weghorst can be registered in time for the derby.
Who would have known it? Who would have thought it? Look at this. Look at this. It's a little bit of guesswork. It's a little bit of speculation, but it's logical guesswork. It's logical speculation, and that will be the next thing certainly as well. And what is interesting with this, Flex, because people talk about João Felix, people talk about Memphis. People talk about other options. Why are we going for Wout Weghorst? Why are we going for him? Well, I sent you something interesting last night when it came to finances about Manchester United. Did I not?
Yeah, you
And this
did.
came from Kieran Maguire, who's a football finance expert, right? And he said, the reason Manchester United are trying to get a loan signing from Burnley in the present transfer window, rather than buying a player, could be due to Manchester United already owing, get ready for this, right? Owing other clubs £307 million on transfer fee instalments as opposed to FFP. So not only do we not really have a lot of money anyway, the cash balance is like 24 million. As of right now, we owe over £300 million in transfer fee instalments. Who are they even for?
That's mad. Well, it's got to go back quite a long time.
A long time.
No, like things like when we bought, I don't know, let's say, well, Alexis Sanchez might be one of them. Didn't we finish off paying him off?
Yeah, that wasn't. Technically, that wasn't a huge one because he had 12 months left on his contract.
So it could be like Lukaku, maybe.
Possibly.
One.
It's very possible it's players that aren't even here anymore.
Schneiderlin, maybe.
Who knows? Honestly, who knows?
Falcao, Di Maria.
Again,
Does it go back that far?
I
But you
don't
wouldn't
know.
put it past us.
I don't know, but it just goes to show again why...
Sancho, definitely one of them, yeah.
When you don't have money, which we don't have, and we're still spending, we're still dealing with the sins of the past, essentially, still... That Wout Weghorst thing suddenly looks a bit more attractive, doesn't it? Because, like Laurie Whitwell just said, it's 2.5 million. His wages are something, I believe, like 30 to 40k a week.
Mourinho and Ollie as well, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the compensation for that.
Probably Van Gaal.
People wonder why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't taken a job since. Because remember, before he got sacked, that summer, he signed a new, 5-year contract, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So they're still paying that off. So all of these other expenses that are going on at United at the moment mean that when you don't have money, especially January, it's Wout Weghorst. That's the option. Memphis Depay, big contract. João Felix, that's a crazy deal. Chelsea, he just signed a new contract at Atletico now. He's not going anywhere. So, ironically enough, for the people that mocked it, and people say that Wout Weghorst isn't the standard of Manchester United, and he may not be, at the same time, in terms of value for money, and in terms of a player that Ten Hag wants, I'm happy with it.
100%. It's not something that we can celebrate till the cows come home, because this is just a short-term thing.
Or the horses come home.
Or the horses come home. I mean, it's awful what you've done, but at the same time, I respect it. And it was probably needed. It was the right time. Look how proud you are of that shit, rubbish thing you just did. So proud. It makes me laugh how proud you are of that. Like, just sitting there like, I dropped it. Did you hear that? I said horse. Horse, though, I said, instead of cows.
I've brung it this morning.
Awful. Absolutely
I'm
awful.
bringing it.
But we're back in UV HQ, so it is what it is, isn't it? The energy's got to be there. What? We're getting someone else?
No.
The move's collapsed?
No.
What? What have you done? What's happened?
I haven't done anything because we have an official here we go. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano. Wout Weghorst.
Josh, change the thumbnail. Here we go.
Wout Weghorst to Manchester United. Here we go. I'm not sure what that was. Here we go. All conditions revealed on Tuesday are confirmed. Manchester United to pay a €3 million loan fee to Besiktas, then sign Wout Weghorst on loan from Burnley. I understand Weghorst will fly to Manchester today to undergo medical tests and then sign contracts. It's a here we go. And this means I've got to change a lot of things.
Yeah. well, yeah, in terms of maybe the thumbnail and stuff like that, but and actually the title, etc. But it's not far off what we said. We started off with done deal, didn't we? We started off with it's happening. And like I said, I think was it Ahmed in the chat was saying there's no here we go. There's no here we go. Well, there is now. There you go, Ahmed. You got your here we go. The big man has spoken. Big up Fab, says AL. All Elite says we're live, pal. And Red Workhorse says Big Z. Super chats here. Well, first of all, Aminor is the latest member of the UV Members Club. Big up to you, Aminor. Durain says, who actually joined the Members Club the other day, if I remember correctly. Big up to you. Would you start Wout in the derby or available on the bench? I wouldn't start him in a derby. I would obviously start, not obviously because it is up to opinion, but I would start Martial, 100%.
Yeah, let's not go crazy.
Exactly. Let's not just, he's probably, today's Thursday and he's only on his way now. So let's say he gets into training tomorrow. He only would have been with his new teammates for, hours. So before throwing him into a derby. The only way you'd do that is if we had serious problems and, Martial got injured and something happened to Rashford or all them kind of things, So we don't need to be doing that. But on the bench, 100%, if we can, we still need to get him in and get him signed. We don't know if he's even going to be, like it says in The Athletic and Adam Leventhal was saying, it's all about the attention has now turned to, can he be registered in time? That's where we're at. So we don't know. Later on today, we'll probably get more news on that. Right now, it's just more about he's our player until the end of the season. And that's the main thing that we needed. Here we go. And Nick Mann says, big up Flex and Owen. Great content, lads, as always. Honest question to you both. Would you rather have Felix or Weghorst, hypothetically? I'm Felix. It has to... Right, okay, so I'll take that for now while you do that. Hypothetically, if I could just take out all different contract situations, money available and all stuff like that, yes, I would prefer João Felix. You know, that's like a long-term thing. That's something that we could, you know, put money behind and invest in and develop him, etc., etc. But obviously, with the constraints that we've got, Nick, I agree with you that I would prefer him. But with the constraints that we've got, with the wages that he's going to need, basically for how much that package would cost for such a short space of time, with no guarantee, obviously, of getting him. I think he signed a new deal, didn't he?
Yes, so something like 2027.
Right, so that puts his transfer value up if he has a good time as well. If he has a good 5-6 months, say he absolutely smashes it, then they come and say, well, yeah, that 70 million we said we'll probably give him to you for. Look at that, look what you're getting. Oh, he scored 10 goals in that time. Look at that, mate, double figures. Where's that 90 million quid then? Do you know what I mean? So longevity wise, yes, but actually, you know, I don't look past the short term fix that Wout Weghorst can give us. He's a different option. He's something that's actually completely different to Felix. And you could argue, although João Felix obviously has European pedigree and is an up-and-coming player and is fantastic, Wout Weghorst gives us something that João Felix can't, you know? You could argue that Garnacho can maybe give us shades of what João Felix can, getting on the ball. We'd still be having
the discussions, wouldn't we,
we need a
striker.
Right, exactly. Because even if we wanted to play with a system where João Felix was that striker, he is still a different type of striker. He would be off the front, dropping off, you know what I mean? Runs in behind, you know, playing off the front. Wouldn't be a prolific goal scorer, but could contribute. It would be a different type of forward, and he is better off the left or in the 10. Etc., or up front maybe in a 2, like how they did at Atletico. So to answer your question, Nick, yes, overall I get it, but I'm all about the situation that we're in. And actually, I'm going to say this, the situation that we're in, Wout Weghorst suits us better, I think.
Yeah, well, and also
with everything taken into consideration.
Well, and also as well, again, the most important thing, he's a player the manager wants, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that, again, people can laugh at the standard of the player, and if things were in an ideal situation, would be signing Wout Weghorst? Probably not, honestly. And I think he realises that as well. He realises he's fortunate, and it's a great opportunity for him. That's why, say he didn't train. He was, you know, he didn't want to jeopardise anything. That's why, you know, there was even reports that if they couldn't come to this agreement about terminating the contract, he would have done it himself. You know, that's what it's about. And I think that, again, I like that personality. As Ten Hag keeps saying, it's really stuck with me since Ten Hag said that the other day when he said about the personality of the player, and a true Manchester United player can handle the pressure and the weight of the shirt. And I'm not saying that Wout Weghorst is going to be that. We don't know. But what we have heard is that in terms of his personality, he is dedicated, and he is, I mean, Sabi said it from We Talk Heights, didn't he? Where he said he'll go to hell for you, you know? He had
that little saying there, he'll go to hell for you. Well, I'm down for that.
Exactly. He had some of the best pressing stats in the league last season. And again, if he just, I want a bastard.
You was thinking of ways to, you know, if he, you know what? Let me just,
but that's what you've.
Sorry, kids, in the morning for eating your breakfast on the way. Sorry for his, you know.
Don't apologise, okay? Feed the horse, he'll score, okay? Because I like that.
Lead the horse to the water. You can't make it drink.
Yeah, but you can make him score goals. But with Weghorst though, I think like. Well, this is what I was going to say. Yes, I got distracted.
Distracted yourself. I didn't even do it.
No.
You distracted yourself.
The personality. That's
blaming
what I was going,
me. He distracted himself.
That's what I was going for. The other day with Iwobi when he got injured for Everton.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you see what Malacia put on Instagram?
No, I didn't.
He put like 3 points. He put in when he was tackling Iwobi.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
I like it. Varane, he did the same thing. You know, when Varane in that game, and he ran up.
Did he do that?
You know, when Varane went up the pitch and he sort of took on the fullback and went past.
Oh,
him,
yeah.
Everyone went, oh, Varane.
Yeah.
He put that on his Twitter page. You know, that.
Oh, we going there now, are we? But we used to be like, don't do shameless things, don't.
I'd rather do it when we're winning.
True.
I'd rather that than, hey, it didn't go the way it went for us today, but, we try again. Appreciate your support. I'm happy they
do it with chest. Fully do it if you're going to do it. I hear that.
Exactly.
Fully do it.
And maybe Weghorst is like that. We saw what he was like in the World Cup. He got booked before he even came on the pitch against Argentina. He got booked on the bench. Now, I understand with that referee, that was easy to do. Everyone got a booking. Oprah Winfrey said, you get a booking, you get a booking, you get a booking. But he came on the pitch with a booking and he scored 2 goals.
Yeah, he did.
If he does that even once for us this season, where he comes on, scores 2 goals, and we win the game or we draw the game, 2.5 million. Well spent.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think it's something that now he's here. Obviously, we're going to curve the expectation. I don't think any Manchester United fan is expecting him to come in and be this unbelievable player, banging them in left, right, and centre. So it keeps the pressure off him in terms of he's there to facilitate, he's there to help, he's there to give us a plan B. In some games, it might be a plan A. It might be actually Wout's going to start. Reading at home in FA Cup. He'll play. We think he'll play.
Probably.
Away at Crystal Palace when it's not going right, or you need something a little bit different, mix it up a little bit. Or you might start. There's loads of games as well.
There's so many games. Yeah, well, I mean, literally, especially now with those 2.
Wout Van Nistelrooy says Makish 10.
With those two Carabao Cup semi-finals as well, that's 2 extra games we've got in January as well. It literally is, from now to the end of the month, or into February really, a game every 3 days. And as we've said a million times, Martial still hasn't played 90 minutes this season, and he will... If we had to try and play Martial in all of those games, he'd probably make at least 2. Literally, if 2 or 3, he'd crash out.
Yeah.
So Wout Weghorst, as we said yesterday, I think he's going to play more games than people think.
Yeah.
And all it will take is a couple of impressive performances, and then Ten Hag might be like, you know what? I might start him. Anything's possible.
Yeah, well, if you play well, you're going to keep your shirt. 100%.
Wan-Bissaka's an inverted fullback.
Yeah, it's mad.
Anything is possible at this point.
Yeah.
So, again, people can laugh at the transfer. They can laugh, you got someone from Burnley on loan, whatever. But if the manager wants him and the manager can get the best out of him, which I believe he can, who knows? And at this point, again, the news is sort of coming out in the last few minutes, is that there's a hope that he will be registered for the derby at the weekend. So I don't think he'd start anyway, but bench. And then who knows what could happen in the second half. Bring him on.
Bring him on, 75th minute, do you know what I mean? Rough some people up. Paul said it there in the chat. As long as he bullies defenders, I'm happy. And that's just it. I mean, again, totally different type of striker to Martial. It just gives us a different element. Martial, of course, you wouldn't say aggression is one of his top traits. You wouldn't say high intensity is one of his top traits. I don't say he's lazy. I don't go into that narrative of he can't be arsed. It's just the way he plays the game. It's just his style, which is fine. Nice, neat touches, bringing the ball down when it's a bit chaotic, setting it on the move. That's what Martial is for us right now. He's not much of a goal threat at the moment. He's not getting loads of chances. There was a game where shots kept getting blocked, and what was the last time?
Well, it's interesting because a couple of chances he's had recently.
Not Charlton, Bournemouth. I think it was.
A couple of chances he's had recently. You'd think probably Weghorst would have probably scored them. I think about that one against Wolves.
Yes,
Weghorst would have. If it's a header, Weghorst would have scored that. I think against Bournemouth at Old Trafford, there was a ball whipped in, and it felt like he just needed to send it.
That was another header as well.
Yeah, he just needed to send it in the other direction.
Yeah,
he did,
and he missed.
He tried to sort of flick it on. Again, I think a big, taller striker
Do you know what I mean?
would have probably
a bit more of a poacher, a bit more of a natural out and out. He's been a 9 his whole career sort of thing guy, and that's what I mean about offering something completely different. Martial has a completely different skill set to Wout Weghorst and Wout versa. That was by accident. That was by accident. I'm not like you. I don't do them on purpose.
Wout versa.
And Wout versa.
What's awful. That all about? Come on.
You got to stop, mate. You got to stop, seriously. That's just... Honestly, this is turning into like an episode of The Office or something.
Good. Emmy winning, Golden Globe winning. Come on.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
They have different skill sets, and that's why I think it can only be a good thing for Man United. It can only be a good thing for us to say, how do we want to do this? You know what? Let's go a bit more direct. And actually, in credit to Wout Weghorst, he isn't just like a Chris Wood or like an Ashley Barnes or whatever. He's like, okay, get the ball up there, arse and elbows, hold it up, be horrible. He's got decent feet. He's got a decent, first touch and stuff, and he can play with his feet, because when you get the big man, it's usually like everything in the air, old school.
The Fellaini thing, doesn't it? They go
right,
but even that, in fairness to Marouane, right? His touch was not bad. He was a decent footballer. You know what I mean? But it's just because of their height, because of their physicality, I think. And as the game gets on, you panic and you just go balls into the box. Who's to say, like when we played Real Sociedad away and we needed another goal and we put Harry Maguire up front and we did try and go long. If we'd have had a striker like Wout Weghorst, then maybe that would have paid off. I don't know.
100%.
So, but to your point, I think it's a disservice to him just to say like, he's tall.
Put in there.
So it's just going to crosses into the box. Because again, for a tall guy, for a target man, his pressing stats when he came into Burnley last season were the best in the league.
Yeah.
For a Burnley side, by the way, as well.
Yeah. And he's quite nimble as well. I know people can say the bar was low and stuff, but when he absolutely skinned Maguire and McTominay, me and Josh were in the press box for that game, or was it the gantry? We was in the gantry, actually. We had BT next to us, or Sky Sports and that.
Yeah.
We was winning 1-0, and we was relatively in control. The Rolls Royce, the Wraith, the Phantom scored, but then it got disallowed. And then Pogba scored. I remember it, and it was swirly winds, horrible second half. So I'm thinking, look at this guy. I think he came on in that game. I can't remember. Maybe Josh definitely won't remember. Yeah, I think he might have came on. I don't think he started.
I think he might have started. Because he just signed, because that was January as well. He had just signed.
Okay, well, anyway, I remember him just getting on the half turn. Yeah, check. I remember him getting on the half turn and just absolutely sending Maguire and McTominay almost like crashing into each other. And Maguire tries to get back in on Jay Rodriguez, doesn't commit, and then he scores.
He started.
Oh, someone said he came off the bench. Okay, he started, Jay, you got it there?
Yes.
Okay, he started. So, yeah, but I remember watching him in that game. And again, I'm not just saying it because we've signed him, but because we have signed him, I've got to draw on memories of when I watched him. Do you know what I mean? And I do remember that day thinking, flipping heck, he's a little bit of a handful, actually. He can turn a little bit. He's not too bad. But obviously, in that Burnley side, they were obviously terrible. They got relegated, I don't think it's fair to judge him within that setting. You put him in a different team, and it can change.
When you look at his goal scoring stats as well, again, that Burnley thing, people will look at 20 games, 2 goals, and they go, oh, it's terrible. But before that at Wolfsburg, and this was the reason Burnley signed him, 118 games, 59 goals, basically a goal every other game. Go back to his club before that, AZ Alkmaar, 60 appearances, 31 goals. Wow. Goal every other game.
Yeah.
A bit earlier on in his career, it's not as good. 64 games, 20 goals. Before that, 62 games, 20 goals. But the point being is that apart from Burnley, and when he's played for Besiktas, by the way, 16 appearances, 8 goals.
He's kept up the same ratio.
Still goal every other game.
He's kept up the same. So really, you can say he's a consistent 1 and 2.
Yeah, and people would, and this is what's crazy sometimes about sort of football, sort of social media and all that kind of stuff. They'll judge him more on his failures as opposed to his victories.
Yeah. And just the name, because he's don't play in the Champions League and he's not at the top of the game.
I guess that's partially life. Is people will always focus on the negative, and they'll focus on you failed at Burnley, so that means you're terrible. Well, that Burnley side was rubbish, and that Burnley side he went into, by the way, also the manager got sacked not long after that. What are you laughing at?
I think I've just seen the best super chat I've ever seen.
Only Felix and Weghorst is brilliant.
That's good.
And that is one for you. You would love that.
It's played on the heartstrings.
That is right up your street. Dylan,
thank you, because do you know what it is? That's a personal touch. Only Flex and Weghorst. I was going to swear. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
I really like that.
That's a graphic for the future, Josh.
Only Flex. Maybe we could have a little Weghorst thing, a Del Boy hat in the
jacket.
Only Flex and Weghorst.
Imagine what we could do. Obviously, I'm Rodney.
No, I like that. It's my favourite show of all time.
KG's Trigger?
KG's definitely Trigger. He has not got a clue about life, about anything. He won't know this is happening, KG.
Honestly, I said...
Showing him.
What did I say? Yeah.
He won't know.
Yeah, what did I said to him something the other day. I can't remember what it was about. It was during the match view. I said to him about something. He went, when did that happen? Oh, that was it. Roberto Martinez. I said, Martinez manager of Portugal. He went, what?
I'm going to tell him the deal's collapsed. Yo.
Come on.
You're live. It hasn't really gone to plan.
What's wrong?
Weghorst deals off.
Shut up.
Yep, different. We have to go for different targets. Couldn't even get Weghorst. It's impossible. It's not impossible. It's happened. What do you mean it's impossible? It's happened. Confirmed. Romano, all the big ones. Everyone's saying no.
I don't believe it.
All right. Well, you're gonna get a shock.
I don't believe it.
Why?
Because I'm watching the show, bro.
Yeah, but you are. Yeah, but you're 5. You're a few minutes behind.
Nah, yeah, I am behind, but I'm telling you right now.
That, to be fair, that is the one thing with KG. Is like he doesn't read the news, but he watches the show every
Yeah,
morning.
so why doesn't he know what the hell's going on then?
Don't know.
You pricks.
Can you not swear in the morning, please? Get the video taken down.
Sorry. How are you, though?
Yeah, we're good.
Looking alright, you know.
Yeah,
We might win something.
yeah. Carabao Cup settings.
Bro, and you lot actually disgrace your cheat. I can't believe there's a poll saying we're late. Boy Kev or KG. I touched Boy Kev. Bro, KG, 77% of the votes.
Yeah, I don't know who did that poll.
Bro, no, they're taking a piss.
Listen, the community. You can't tell the community what to think, how to feel. I have to feel it when they have certain judgments about me. Owen, it is what it is. The community rules, innit? It's their thing. It's their community. They can feel how they want to feel about any single one of us.
Someone said to me the other day on
I'm playing Wout, though. I'm letting you know I'm playing Wout. I'm playing him.
When? What do you mean?
In the derby. I'm going to bring him off the bench. 100%.
Oh, you're bringing him off the bench? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's starting.
Oh, okay. We were just sat back like, what? Why is he saying he's starting him?
By the way, Flex, and to interrupt KG, we've got over 2,000 watching, less than 500 likes. So if you haven't already, click the like button. We can get to 500 easy, 750. And be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're like 20 or so away from 128K.
There you go. Let's go.
You lot, I thought you lot lost the studio. What are you lot doing?
Yeah, we got it. We managed to get it back. Obviously, certain people out there saying we ain't got a studio and that, but we are very much in the studio. It's real. It's in physical form. We're actually in here.
Although, just to confirm, KG, the reason we got the studio back, we had to free up some funds, so you've been fired.
On that note, have a great day. He's gone. Oh, man.
By the way, just a bit of an update on this as well. This comes from actually Sky Sports News, who are saying that Wout Weghorst has visited the Besiktas offices this morning to sign papers to terminate his agreement at the club, according to sources in Turkey. As I mentioned, the Dutch striker will now travel to Manchester United to complete a loan move to the club. Of course, Romano with the here we go. But actually, just to terminate that agreement, he actually had to go into Besiktas to the offices.
Yeah, you got to sign it, mate.
Sign the papers.
Couldn't you just do a docu-sign on the thing?
I don't know.
Here's one for you.
I don't know.
Someone spoke about shirt numbers, yeah? So what, could we just give Wout Weghorst 7 until the thing?
Oh, you are a disgrace, aren't you?
That would never happen, would it?
You are something else.
What's up? What numbers are there available? I don't even know.
I don't know.
He's never going to get 7.
What number was he at Besiktas?
God knows. Maybe it was number 9.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he's on loan, innit? Let's see.
He was 10. Well, he's not getting that.
He ain't getting that.
Flashy.
Interesting. I don't know. What number could he be? Give him 147. No, not number 7. I was joking. He can't get that. He can't get that.
But if you are just joining us, just to recap once again, it has been confirmed.
WW7.
Wout Weghorst to Manchester United, here we go. Of course, reports this morning came out confirming this, and Romano has since given the here we go. All conditions revealed on Tuesday are confirmed. Man United will pay €3 million to Besiktas to sign Weghorst on loan from Burnley. He will fly to Manchester today to complete his medical. Now the rush is against time to get him registered in time for the Manchester derby on Saturday. The deadline for that is midday tomorrow, so there is still plenty of time to get all of this done. My feeling is, Flex, he'll be registered in time now.
Yeah, it seems quite
Very
like
quick.
It's really picking up. It's not a long flight, is it?
No.
So yeah, let's get it done. And I agree with KG. I didn't at the beginning because I thought he meant he was going to just bring him in and start him and change everything. But I'd bring him off the bench. But also it depends how the game's going. If we're flying and we're doing really well, then you might think the balance is all right. Then you might not need to, or then you go, that's even more reason to bring him on. I don't know. Obviously, Erik ten Hag will decide that, but what's best for us. But I think, yeah, people are saying give him a Boy Kev number, give him 61.
Oh, could you imagine? But I guess a poll in the chat then, will Weghorst be registered in time for Saturday?
Yeah.
I would think, 1, he will be, and 2, I think he would be on the bench. I don't even think Ten Hag would worry too much about training sessions, getting up to the tactical plan. I think it would just be, he'll be on the bench. We'll see how the game goes, and then if he needs to come on, he can come on.
10, 15.
Just to have that option.
100%.
That we don't have.
We're already in a better position.
Would you rather have a semi-integrated Weghorst or a Langer that you've got to bring on up front?
Yeah, exactly. Super chats here. WJ Barrett, big up to you, bro. It says, I'm not gassing, but hear me out.
Ooh.
I'm not gassing, but hear me out. We talk about Weghorst's Burnley record. Ignore that. His previous record is 1-2. He was getting no chances at Burnley. Bruno has highest chance creation. Horse will bag. And I don't think that's that crazy. You're right. Even that bit of I'm not gassing, but hear me out. I don't even think you need to put that. That's a legitimate, like, sensible thing to say. I think
again,
you're spot on.
Look at the Burnley situation. He was purchased by Sean Dyche. And then when did Sean Dyche leave Burnley? Was it March or something around that period of time? So the manager that signed him for the style of play that they were playing at the time, or the tactics they were playing, was gone. Then a caretaker came in, and obviously it didn't work out. But as I said, I think we would be remiss to focus on the negatives when for that's the only real failure he's had in his career. Apart from that, it's been a goal every 2 games. Now, I would be, if he keeps that kind of record at United, then oh my goodness. I mean, I don't suspect that. But the point is that I think if you focus too much on the Burnley thing, then I think that does him a bit of a disservice.
Yeah, agreed. Blakey, 78 UTD, the winner of the Diogo Dalot shirt, has put a super chat in. Big up to you, bro, and congratulations. He says, thanks to you, Owen, and the UV family for the Dalot shirt. Thanks to the UV community too for their congratulatory messages. I'm over the moon. Yeah, I saw some people. What was really nice is that the UV community also transfers onto social media as well.
I saw that too.
Because it was, I think some people were maybe concerned that I might not see his message. Yeah. And they were all atting me and saying, maybe ask Owen, just make sure. And I got back to him straight away, to be fair. But, you know, people want to know that. And it was just good to see everyone just happy for him and just trying to make sure that we made that connection to get in contact, to get the shirt to him. So, yes, I heard it's your little man's birthday soon as well. So,
what a gift.
That's nice. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So yeah, you're more than welcome, and congratulations for winning the competition, bro. Good to see that. Acido has a super chat, which I might need your help, Owen. I'm gonna be honest. Deformation quantization of symplectic manifolds. Do you know?
No.
No? You went uni, man.
No.
You done a dissertation, bro.
I thought
maybe Google that whole phrase. Is it a song? Is it?
Yeah, maybe.
But big up to Acido. You've caught me off. I hope I haven't been done. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know what the super chat means. Is it cryptic? Is it something?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, is it just they've just put it? Well, big up. Thanks for the super chat. I don't know what it means. It sounds very intelligent. It sounds like it's something proper. I'm just gonna take that as he's happy that Wout Weghorst has signed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I know it's always a struggle. I googled it, and when you get like Google Scholar articles come up, it sent me flashbacks to sort of uni.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I don't know, because like you got to do the references at the back of your piece and stuff. You might have seen that might be a saying.
Cite this for me if you are doing your dissertation.
Symplectic.
Go to that website. Cite this for me, and you get the perfect references, so you don't fail it.
There you go. I'm a uni dropout, mate. I didn't get that far. I dropped out in year one where I don't even go towards your thing. That's just where you.
They don't actually, yeah. I mean,
it's only year 2 and 3. Mine was year 1. That's the jolly up. Didn't even complete that. Too hard. Stay in school. If you are on your uni course, make sure you do complete it. If you want to. If you don't, don't just be pressured. Don't just stay for no reason. Getting in debt for no reason.
Yeah.
Unless your parents got it like that and you got no uni fees and bursaries, you just paid it up front, then you're nice.
Probably go then.
Then go. But don't just follow fashion. Do what you want to do. Yeah. Why are we talking about education?
Well, Ed says Flex went rave and then bounced.
100. Well, I used to turn up for. This has got a little bit of a different course, but yeah, I'll just turn up for lectures. Oh, now Josh even likes it as well, man. That's the most annoying thing, because Josh, you lot don't even see it. You see it maybe on UV Raw at odd time, or if you watch Josh's stories. But this guy lives off of just doing things like that. Some of the worst, like I'm talking disgustingly bad ones, and he just loves it. So if you get this, if you get the seal of approval from Josh on one of them, like you know.
You get the proper sort of. You want to get the reference, the Emperor laugh somewhere in the distance. You can't see it, but you can just hear.
It's there in the background, 100%. Forgot what I was saying, but basically I dropped out of uni and I used to turn up and not pay attention. I wasn't a very good student in university. I was a great guy though, good guy.
You still are.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. But I just wasn't the best learner, which is why I left and became an electrician. Then I left that.
Get a trade.
Recession hit, mate. Then I left that. But anyway, enough about my story. This ain't this your life,
Flex. This is your life.
What was the guy who used to present that again?
I don't know. They used to get the red book though, didn't they?
Yeah, it was wicked. Yeah. This is your life. That was a wicked program. Let's bring that back. Dylan with another super chat. Del Boy Kev. Del Boy Kev.
That is good.
That's very
That
good.
is good.
Although I don't want KG being the main cat. Don't disrespect Del Boy like that.
He could pull it off though with the jacket and all
He
that
has a
kind of
jacket
stuff.
like that.
Yeah.
That he actively wears as part of his normal thing.
Jason, a flectrician.
Look, it's got him as well. Stick with him. Like, what, guys? We're supposed to be talking about transfers, doing what?
I'm here
like,
to fix your flectric.
I really used to like being an electrician at the start as well. Then I started hating it. I was at the top of a ladder, right?
A flectrician.
Doing someone's outside lights outside their house, yeah. And I was like, what am I doing here? Like, there was like all spiders and webs up there. And I'm like, fuck, I just got down.
Yeah.
I was just like, don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Don't want to do this anymore. But yes, WJ Barrett says, you're right, Flex. I'm gassed. We're winning the league. Ugh, WJ, you was just on a nice little run saying, I'm not gassing it up, etc., etc. But look what a flectric. Why?
Rock down to Flectric Avenue.
Just stop laughing. It's not that funny, bro. It's not that funny. Why are you not doing this?
Rock down to Flectric Avenue. And then get fired.
I've actually never seen Owen like this before as well. What have you not done? Honestly, you lot are mad. The community just is communitying. This is what happens. Honestly, I don't even know where to go from here. We've got a lot on the agenda which we ain't going to get through because there's only 15.
Next story. And also, there's nearly 2,300 watching, so you can smash a like on the like button still. I believe in the UV community. We can get to 750 likes like that. We did it the other day in the match view.
Yes.
We did do it the other day in the match view.
100%.
So we can do it like that.
Okay, do you know what? I'm going to set as a challenge. I know. There's 14 minutes left of the show. And I'm going to set as a... Exactly. Exactly, because you're doing this.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm going to set as a challenge. We've got 4 topics, and they're not, they're kind of just quick discussions. We're going to get through all of those 4 in the next 14 minutes. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with what you were saying earlier about the admission that we've overpaid for Antony, but less just about Antony and just like overpaying in general.
Yeah, so this one came from Rob Dawson from ESPN, who said, Manchester United have privately accepted that they overpaid for Antony, but insist they had their reasons. Firstly, there weren't many other options in that position. Only 3 forwards, including Antony, made the shortlist. I don't know if that's the reason.
No, it's just bad planning.
It was just bad planning because they could have got Antony earlier. And actually, when you do think about it in retrospect, that we negotiated for Antony early, and I think they said at the time they wanted what, like 60 million? Something along those numbers. And United
Something
went,
more reasonable.
And United went, oh, no way. And then the start of the season happened, lost those first 2 games. They went back to Ajax. Bear in mind, there's like 2 weeks left of the window, and Ajax said, we've sold everyone. We've bought the people we want in. We've done our numbers. We're fine. And they said 80 million euros, and United went, okay, 80 million euros. And they went, 100 million euros then. And it got to 100, and it was only a couple of days before the window ended. And look, Ajax were like, he ain't worth that.
No.
So we've got to accept it. And they did. And they did overpay. But I don't think it's because there weren't many options in the position. That might be the case of, they went, no, we're going to go to someone else. And then they looked to the shortlist and went, oh, there isn't anyone. But that's their own fault. That's bad planning. You look at the summer transfer window, and it's such a weird one, isn't it? Because in totality, the players that we got were good players. Pretty much everyone, apart from Dubravka, is a tick in the box. But at the same time, it should have been done quicker, and it could have been done cheaper, and that's on the likes of John Murto,
It's incompetence. That's on
because they should have
incompetence,
done
yeah.
it better. And let's not even bring up Frankie de Jong, that whole drama, because I never want to revisit it again. So I don't know if that's actually the position. And I do sort of sympathise with Antony a little bit, because now, unfortunately, because of how it works, he's always going to be judged by that price
He
tag.
is, and it isn't his fault. He never asked to be bought by that. Do you know what I mean? For that price. So yeah, agreed on everything you just said there. Super Chat says, Wout, let's do it quickly. Wout or Martial, who will play more games? There's no jumper. That's an interesting
That's
one,
actually
isn't
an
it?
interesting one. We don't have enough time, because
Yeah.
that one could be
Whole show.
yeah, literally.
Who will play more games? Well, they both might play in
Here's one.
all the games.
He will play more minutes.
That's the question. I'll still say Martial.
It'll be close.
Yeah, we're a lot closer than people think, but I think that. Shalil says, Flex, this segment just reminds me of the first ever video on this channel. It's mad to think where this has come from to never change. Never change, Flex. Big up the whole crew. 100%. Thank you, Shalil. Never change. And yeah, humbled, working hard, studioing. We've got some new shows on the way, some really exciting projects coming up as well. So yeah, man, it's on to the next. It's on to the next challenge, on to the next bit of growth. And it was only 21 subscribers that we needed, actually, to be able to... 8 more. We need 8 more subscribers to get to 128,000 whilst watching live. So in light of what Shalil's saying in terms of when the channel first started, etc., can we please do it? If you haven't subscribed and you always watch and you just think, I forgot, I didn't click it. There's got to be 8 of you who are in this watching this video right now who have forgotten to click subscribe, or just haven't done it. So please do. It'd be wicked if we can do that in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. 10 minutes to get 8 subscribers, I believe. Come on, I believe.
Less than 1 minute.
Exactly. Good maths. And V-Time Media Productions, I've been a member for 5 months as well, says, just flexing my barge. Feeling positive for the derby on Saturday. Yes, exactly. Definitely feeling positive. On to the next, because we do have a few more. Lindelof to Atletico. There was a bid rejected for Lindelof.
Yeah, this was a strange one. So Romano was tweeting not necessarily about Man United yesterday, but was talking about Atletico negotiating with Wolves for Felipe. He was talking about the domino effect of...
Stop. Smashed it. Sorry.
Not only did we need 8, but we got 18.
Just like that. Just like that. The community is communitying. Love that. We are now at 128,000 with the live count, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16. the live counter is going up, and 17. You lot are the best. You lot are, and 18, and 20. I could just. This is fun.
This growth is Fletcher.
Just get out. Just get out. Don't take a bow. Just get out. Get Wout.
Yes, corrupted.
Owen just gets Wout. Sound really German, don't I? But big up, we smashed that. We're now at 128,000 subscribers and 22. I only wanted to get to 128, and you guys got 22 more than that. 23 now. Let me not get involved in just keep counting because I'll just be here forever.
Yeah.
But big up, smash a like on the video, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. But yes.
So basically, the Atletico Madrid are in the search for a centre-back. They reportedly asked for Victor Lindelof a few weeks ago, but United rejected it because Ten Hag wants to keep him. That's it.
Okay, cool. Like that.
It wasn't a lot really in it, but it's interesting that was a couple of weeks ago. It didn't even get reported.
Yeah. Just
find out now.
It's a bit of a non-news thing. They're like little stocking fillers that we were going to do if we had not much to talk about. But then Wout Weghorst happened.
Yes.
This one, I like this one. Watford Pellistri loan. The reports are Pellistri's not keen on a loan move. He wants to stay at Manchester United. Just to kind of just speak up about it, really. I don't like kind of just like shitting on other teams, like saying, he won't be good then. You know.
That was intense.
Yeah, no, it's true though, because I've seen it. No, because I've seen it. Like people like go, that'd be crap for him, and that'd be shit.
You said sorry for swearing.
Yeah, sorry. That's not really a swear word though.
What shit?
Yeah, it's not it's worse. It's not as bad as what you said. What's worse, the B word or that? Actually, yeah, probably.
Technically, you can be a bastard and not swear. Can't you?
I mean, Jon Snow's one.
Don't know. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, have I? So. Yeah, because if you technically, isn't it someone that's born out of wedlock?
It is that. Yeah, yeah. But you're a disgrace and a cheat, by the way. You talk about all these amazing things that you should be watching. You ain't even watched Game of Thrones. Even I've watched that.
No.
Well, anyway, back to that. Pellistri. Basically, what I don't like is just saying, it's crap. At the end of the day, Watford are a club. Actually, to be fair to them, they developed Jadon Sancho. No, they didn't even get credit for that. They literally developed Jadon Sancho, Ashley Young. They're players that we've benefited from in the past. And just in general, if you loan a player to a club, it not only benefits that club in a short time, but benefits the player. Gets them developed. Look at Ahmad now. Getting men's football, playing week in, week out. So under Slaven Bilic, it might not be a bad move. I wouldn't be against that. But with what we've got going on and Antony not being quite at it, and we saw Pellistri do quite well, you're thinking that's another option for us. So actually, that's a compliment to Facundo Pellistri. But if he did go to Watford, I got a lot of friends there, so I would be happy for them and for him. But yeah, I'm just not sure it's going to happen.
You can see why. So Laurie Whitwell said that, again, Watford were interested in Pellistri. He's not keen on a championship move. The other club that's interested is Valencia. So you can maybe see why he's not that keen on the Watford move.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, he might want to play.
There's Watford in the Championship, or there's Valencia in La Liga.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I don't know how well they're doing, but exactly, he probably wants to keep his options open. But my thing was more about less just trying to disgrace Watford for just being interested, and more about, well, let's look at what's best for Pellistri here.
Yeah.
There's pros and cons for both. You know what I mean? So yeah, big up to them. I'll be happy wherever he goes. But actually, I think he'll probably stay.
I think now, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. And the last story was the Walker Peters move. He played really well last night against Man City.
Yeah, this comes from TalkSport from Alex Crook, saying that Manchester United have shortlisted Kyle Walker-Peters as a possible replacement for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Of course, Wolves still sniffing around Wan-Bissaka in January. I mean, it's an end-of-show story because I don't think Wan-Bissaka's going anywhere, to be honest. You know, given his form, to be honest, technically, Flex, we've signed 2 people in January, Butland and Weghorst. Even that's almost a shock.
Yeah.
I know they're both loans, but we, at one point, thought we ain't getting anyone.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Butland.
Yeah, technically they're 2 signings. So I'd be really surprised if United let go Wan-Bissaka now and then, because Walker-Peters, it would be a permanent thing.
Yeah, we need numbers and options.
Just spoken about the numbers earlier. Over 300 million quid in transfer fee instalments still to be paid. It was put out there a few days ago by Laurie Whitwell. United just aren't pursuing permanent deals right now, even if they're low cost options.
Yeah.
Weghorst, the fee to terminate his deal with Besiktas is a couple of million euros. That's the level we've got to spend. Even if we sold Wan-Bissaka for 20, you know, which by the way is a significant loss on what we bought him for. I would almost argue that maybe Southampton would want more than 20 for Walker-Peters. When you're a smaller club and you're a selling club,
yeah,
100%. They'd be like, oh, you got to give us 30.
100 minimum.
Something like that.
100% they would do that. They would look for about 30, 35 for
Yeah,
Walker-Peters,
definitely.
I would say. And they would be entitled to ask for it because they're in a relegation battle. You know, and you know they've got a rich history of developing talent and selling them on to bigger clubs for bigger prices. So that fits in with their model of what they've always been. We'll go back to Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
You know, Adam Lallana, Mane, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Gareth Bale. Like, the production line they've had is insane. Ricky Lambert. You know what I mean? So they've got, you get my gist. They got a good production line. Big up to Durain. Only became a member himself yesterday, I believe, and he's gifted a membership to somebody else.
The season of giving isn't over. It's just beginning. New Year's,
100%.
new members.
Yes.
Also, by the way, a poll in the chat was put up just over 15 minutes ago. Nearly 1,000 votes, saying 67% of you say that you think Weghorst will be registered in time for the City game at the weekend. And I agree with you. I think as time is now going on, how quickly things are moving with Weghorst. Here we go, flying to Manchester today, medical today. There's plenty of time for the deal to be announced and him to be registered by midday tomorrow.
Fanatic, which is a big platform out there sports platform out there in Turkey, I do believe.
Yes.
They have reported that Weghorst is desperate to be involved in the Manchester derby, which, I mean, of course he would be.
Well, and
you know
also
what I mean?
as well,
Of course he would be.
because if he's here for 6 months, we've already played City once. You're thinking, right, I might be at United for 6 months. I want to be involved in a Manchester derby. And if I'm not at the weekend, I never will be again, most likely.
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
So you
yeah,
wanna
so
give
he's
him-
probably actually. I didn't even think of it like that. Yeah, because he's missed. Yeah, he's missed some big games, but yeah, he can be involved in Manchester derby, Liverpool away,
Anfield.
Arsenal. Who else is there?
So he'd be able to say,
Yeah.
even if he was on the bench, he was like, I was in a United squad for a Manchester derby. I was part of that preparation.
Yeah,
know,
no, it's
so-
true. It's true. That's true. These are once in a lifetime opportunities for a player of Wout Weghorst's caliber. They are, you know, and that's not
Flex,
disrespectful.
Also, we've got
true.
nearly over 2,400 people watching. We are 40 likes away from 750.
Oh, they can do it.
Do you want me to say something crazy?
Go on.
I've been saying a lot crazy stuff
You
this
have
morning.
not too crazy.
Oh, God, you made me jump.
Pitch invasion. Yeah.
Sneak up on me
He
like
actually jumped. Oh wait, let me watch this back.
no.
Ah, he actually jumped. Hey, clip that. I'm just watching it back. He's actually just jumped. Yeah.
No. Disgraceful.
He actually did jump.
Disgraceful settings, yeah. Over 1,000 votes in the poll, but not 1,000 likes. You're all an absolute disgrace. A cheat.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's true. Why did we get
the
that?
sneaky nature
You
of
actually
him.
just shut yourself.
Usually he's like a stomper when he comes in or whatever. He just stuck up. He went, and he screamed in my ear. No. Oh. Anyway.
Proper didn't know he was there, did you?
No. Because not only that, like he shouted in my ear.
Mate, if you just rewind a little bit, yeah, you'll see yourself. You actually, oh.
I was going to say we can get to 1,000 likes, but then Josh said the same thing. So
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we got 60 seconds left of the show. And we're at nearly 800. We're at 790. Maybe we can get 1,000. I don't know. Maybe that might be a bit of a push. But what a show. Great to be back in the studio that we no longer have.
Yeah, what a return.
Yeah, it's great. I'm really looking forward to what's ahead. We've got a lot of stuff planned. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how these big games play out for us as well, man. This is away from Wout Weghorst and signings and all the stuff we spoke about in this show. This is a big 8 days.
It's a big month.
Big month,
Big
actually,
month,
yeah.
big couple of months.
We're going to learn a lot about where we are versus where we think we're able to be versus where we think we might be now, the corner turning. And I'm not saying if the two results, because that's also a big plus and testament to how well the team's done. If these three results actually, now you add in Palace really, if these three results went really badly, really badly,
Yeah.
I don't think we should use that as a thing to say we're terrible.
No.
See, it would be a wake-up call and a humbler, and for it to go really badly, that I mean like 3 losses in a row. Sort of thing.
And also as well, even if we don't beat or if we lose to City or Arsenal,
Or both.
yeah, or whatever, every time there has been a setback this season, Ten Hag has learned and reacted.
Yeah.
And I think that's the positive thing as well. And to end on a positive, because that was a bit doom and gloom.
That was.
It would be that this time next month or next month we can win a trophy.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, talk about draws going your way. We've played Aston Villa at home. We played Burnley at home, Charlton at home, and now Forest in 2 legs to get to Wembley. I mean, look, I'm not one to just be disrespectful to teams and just say, oh, well, we should be, you got to be doing that. But at the end of the day, if you're Man United, you haven't won a trophy since 2017, since Europa League, actually.
Yeah, but it was part of that season where we won the Carabao Cup.
Do you know what I mean? If we haven't won a trophy since this, you got to be looking
at domestic trophy since this.
Oh, okay. You got to be looking at that and saying you can't ask for much more than that. There's your draws. If you want it with that squad, you at least got to be getting to Wembley. And Newcastle, which it probably will be, I reckon, in a final at Wembley. I tell you what,
Great game.
it's a great game. And people say, "Oh, Newcastle haven't won anything for ages," so you got them in the final. That is a tough game.
Yeah.
In a one-off game at Wembley. Wow. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We've got a two-legged tie where Dean Henderson won't be playing. The way people were celebrating that on social media yesterday was quite funny. But yeah, a little bit short of 150 short, pretty much, of the 1,000 mark. But we didn't quite get there. But we did get there in terms of subscribers. So I'm over the moon with that. What did we finish off at, actually? 128,040. So, we got 40 extra subscribers over that. So
Road to 130 starts now.
Yes, 100%. It does. Smash a like on the video, guys. What a show. We've got so much coming, as you can see in the sidebar just there, which just changed. But we've got a preview of Manchester City's Natalie Pike as well. It was actually really interesting because I referenced a lot of things that she said in the last quickfire round that she did and put them to her. Yeah. And she had some even more interesting answers. So make sure you check out that preview. It was really fun. And we've got some content coming out in the build up to the derby for tomorrow as well. Some combined 11 stuff going on. I think that's a different conversation now as well. Especially look at City last night. And just in general, the season, they just haven't been that good. So yeah, loads more content coming up leading up to the derby. We'll see you then. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace.